Yo guys, it's Haunting Lime and welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple of days since I've shown my face and actually shown a good battle video, but I've been trying out some teams. So since the Love Cup's over and all the leagues are open, I've been trying out some different teams, spicy picks. I've even tried to get stuff like Shadow Metagross to work again in the Great League, but sadly none of the spicy stuff for now. But I did build, is it Jellicent, which is an amazing Pokemon by the way. I have seen a lot of streamers, especially Thotechtical, when he built the Jellicent, as well as when Shradys featured it as well. So I thought I'd build it for now and see what it's like going into the next season, and it performed incredibly well. So trying out different teams or trying out spicy picks put me below the 3000 rating, so this is kind of my way back up. I think I dropped about 60 to 80 points, but the team itself was really strong. I already had a Shadow Abomasnow built, really bad IVs, but I wanted to kind of find a team that worked really well with it, and I couldn't really find anything decent before this, and this team itself is just so well rounded. And again, shout out to Thotechtical for actually coming up with the team. It's performed really well, and obviously it was one of the major teams that was out before in the other before when the Great League was fully available, and Shadow Abomasnow was everywhere. So the team is Shadow Abomasnow in the lead, solid lead because it counters a lot of the meta. There is a lot more alolan Ninetales around, and obviously that isn't great, as well as Politoed, but Politoed can be handled quite well by the Abomasnow. And you have your safe swap is in Jellicent, which is really tanky, and because you're not running Bubble Beam as the bait move during Ice Beam, people don't tend to shield the first charge move because they think you're going to just debuff them, so it can do a lot of surprising damage. And Azumarill to kind of round out the team as the closer. Yes, I'm using Azumarill. I'm not a big fan of using Azumarill G-Fist to kind of get to the top 3000s, but it is the meta, it is strong, it performs really well, and does round the team off really well. So as you can see, the team is doing pretty well, and the reason why I'm running Play Rough on Azumarill and Hydro Pump, because Hydro Pump is probably really vital going in to the next season, but also really important in Season 6. And this is a spicy game actually. Attack Form Deoxys. I didn't really. I was like, wow, this is gonna be quite intense. I think I thought it had counter. I think it doesn't, but my god, those powder snows chunked the hell out of that thing, and I was surprised. And this Gengar's gonna eat this weather ball quite nicely, and I'm able to farm it down too, which I was like, okay, this is a weird game, but I'm able to get through. And he has a Chandelure in the back, which is, you know, it's pretty cool. It's gonna definitely take out my Abomasnow, which I was almost about to let it go, but then I thought, you know what, I might as well switch into my Azumarill. This game is pretty much over because my opponent just lost so much health with the Attack Form Deoxys. So great game to my opponent, but love the spice pick. Need to try something spicy out myself, but no, I'll get onto the commentary with the games. But yeah, Shadow Abomasnow is a really strong lead, and Jellicent is a really strong safe swap because of the lack of needing to shield it. So onto a lot of Galarian Stunfisks. So these things are everywhere, and you know, rightly so, because a lot of the popular streamers or people like FP Sticks and even Zionic have used it in the lead, along with stuff like Umbreon and other things, Defense Deoxys, and that's flying plant thing, which we don't have. It's a regional exclusive. Shame, but yeah, it's a really strong lead, Galarian Stunfisk, and I'm able to get so much damage onto the Venusaur with the Ice Beam, because like I said, they weren't expecting it, and I'm able to take it out. And I did have to use a shield there because the Sludge Wave would have been quite detrimental. Maybe could have shielded, but this is the thing about Shadow Abomasnow. Its Weather Balls pack a punch. You know, it really hurts the opposing Pokemon, and even though he's shielded there, I've got so much energy built. So what I tend to do in the starting matchup is I build up to a Weather Ball, and then I switch out straight away into my Jellicent, because you CMP tie pretty much on the swap if you get it correctly. A lot of the times my opponents tend to overfarm a little bit, and this is quite a typical common team I've seen, which is Galarian Stunfisk in the lead with Venusaur and what's this thing called? Flying Pelipper. Yes, Flying Pelipper. This is Pelipper. Big face over here. But yeah, it's a really strong team, but thankfully with the Azumarill, I've got quite a bit of play and resistances. He does shield the first Play Rough, but I've got a second one which basically will do quite a lot of damage. Pelipper isn't the tankiest things around. It's really spammy. Hurricane hits a lot, but it is super spammy, so that's pretty much the biggest part of Pelipper. So this team performed really well, so if you are looking for a team to kind of push through into the end of season, this is one of the teams I would recommend because it's super strong. I myself got to legend ranking in the Ultra League Premier Cup, so I can showcase my team again if somebody wants to see it. But it is in the description. It is in the videos below. But no, this team is super strong. There's a lot more people playing in the Great League. I do think if you're trying to make it to legend in the last week, it's best to play in the Ultra League Premier Cup because of the so-called limited meta. This is pretty open, so it's really hard to kind of build teams around it. So not onto the best of leads against a Mew, and obviously I'm pretty sure this is going to have Flame Charge, and it does, so I've definitely got to shield that up because that would have done a lot of damage. So now this Mew has quite a lot of energy, and I'm sadly not going to be able to take it out if it decides to shield here, which it most likely will because it's going to have loads of energy built up. So I have to kind of think about either shielding this twice or letting my Abomasnow go down. I am going to shield twice because I've got loads of energy, and I can actually farm down this Mew before it takes me out. Well, before anything. So in comes a Registeel, which my Abomasnow does not want to see it. So what I try to do with this matchup, because I know Registeels have gone out of popularity. They don't always shield because they think a lot of Azumarils aren't packing the Hydro Pump. So what I do is I overcharge a lot and try to build up to two Ice Beams, or an Ice Beam, or full 100 energy, and my opponent will most likely not shield the first attack move. In this case, he did, I believe. Yeah, he did. But in this case, it actually backfired. But they don't usually shield, so my Azumarill will get taken out by this Registeel, which is totally fine. I've still got Jellicent, which will resist the flash cannon as well as a focus blast, so nothing to worry about. And these Shadow Balls will actually do quite a bit of neutral damage. So this is all pretty good. Just need to kind of watch out for the switches, see if he brings out a Pokemon to kind of either sack or just kind of absorb a damage move or move, so it doesn't do that much damage. And in the back is actually a Galarian Stunfisk, so this isn't great because an Earthquake will take me out, so I need to do as much damage as possible. And my Abomasnow doesn't have enough health where it can actually tank a Rock Slide. So in this instance, if this is a Rock Slide, it will take me out. If this is an Earthquake, it will take me out, which is fine. I do have energy built on this Abomasnow, 2 Weather Balls, so these should be more than enough. I didn't probably need to charge so much extra energy, but I think one should almost be enough, and the second one definitely will KO. And one of the reasons... so that's pretty much game. And I knew Registeel was still alive, so I need to kind of build all that energy for Registeel. So you'll see one of these odd matches where Abomasnow takes out a Registeel with Weather Ball. So really well played by my opponent, and team was just performing absolutely great. So I have got 2 sets to showcase today. The first set I do go for 1. I did lose the early matchup against this is probably the matchup I've lost, so sorry guys, spoilers. It's not the match. Guys, sorry, I'm just a bit confused. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've actually showcased a video. Like I said, I was trying to build some spicier teams. What was I trying to showcase? So, Shadow Metagross, I was trying to showcase a team utilizing that. Haven't really got it to work at the moment. And the next one is... It's a dark type that I tried to pair up with the Umbreon, but again, couldn't get it to work. But I will try. So I am trying to formulate some fun teams in the back, but also trying to keep my so-called score relatively good, and also showcase strong teams that you can use to get to legend hopefully in this last week. So because I realized my opponent wasn't actually a purified Sableye, I was happy to go in with my Azumarill, because Azumarill doesn't have to worry about anything. This is most likely going to be a Power Gem because obviously it's not a return Sableye, so I do shield this and I can actually farm down this Sableye from here, which is great because now we're both shieldless and my Abomasnow is pretty ahead on energy. And Abomasnow, or Shadow Abomasnow with energy, is deadly. It brings out a Skarmory, which would be a problematic, but because I've got so much energy built up, this is going to be pretty easy. So I do switch out here because I don't want to get farmed down, because those Sky Attack would obviously hurt a lot as well, but those Wing Attacks, it was a Wing Attack, the fast move was hurting a lot. I usually know the moves. Today is just one of those times where I've just I lose all my train of thought. So I've got to take out this Whiscash. Whiscash is not too problematic because obviously I've got Ice Beam on my Jellicent, and here comes obviously the Skarmory, and I'm able to get to the Shadow Ball. I could have farmed it down to be honest, but it's fine. So yeah, Skarmory and Whiscash team was able to take it out. So strong team. So this wasn't actually the game I lost, so excuse me for that. So my first set is the team against Venusaur. So I had one matchup, I won the Venusaur matchup because of the way it worked out. Second time it was someone else, and they played the matchup a lot better. So went for 1 in the first set, and this is the second set showcasing the team. So let's see how this goes. So yeah, I'm sure everyone doesn't really, or not everyone will have a Shadow Abomasnow built, but a new Rocket event is coming out on the 28th of February. So if you do have an Abomasnow, I finally managed to get a better IV one, so I'm definitely going to use that and TM away frustration. Shadow Abomasnow is an absolute beast. It's one of the most recommended Pokemon for Ultra League, as well as Great League, because of the versatility of grass and ice. Really good counters for Galarian Stunfisk and Azumarill. So this is the flying plant thing I was talking about, the regional exclusive. So it's Tropius. My God, forgetting the names. So Tropius is quite a pain in the ass, being regional exclusive. Haven't got hold of it myself, but a lot of strong teams do have it on. But the great thing about having Ice Beam on both the Jellicent and the Abomasnow is that it really does put in a lot of work to take it out. And yeah, you'll just see this Abomasnow going absolutely crazy on it, and also taking it out. So now it's going to go crazy on the Galarian Stunfisk. So the one thing about the Galarian Stunfisk matchup versus the Abomasnow can tank one Rock Slide, but it can't tank the second. Whereas a normal regular Abomasnow can tank the Rock Slide a lot more comfortably, and have almost like half health left. So 1 shields. This is pretty much a race to the charge moves. My opponent is definitely going to Hurricane me here, and I let it go through because I don't want to waste a shield on a bait, even though most likely they always go for the Hurricane first. I know if I shield the next move, or basically anticipate what it is. So let's go through. I think he was thinking it was going to be an Ice Beam, and because of that reason he got really low. So I don't worry about shielding this. Even if it is a Hurricane, it can take me out because I've got my Shadow Abomasnow, which can just farm it down. So well played to my opponent. That's a good game. So on to the next game. So yeah, apologies guys, I haven't been uploading as frequently as I wanted to. I took a bit of a break after hitting Legend, and the Love Cup really didn't tickle my fancy because I didn't really have too many Pokemon for it, but I should be showcasing a lot more going forward. And I keep saying it, but I promise from now I'll try and have some sort of schedule, a video out every 2 days at least, but I'm going to try and do daily uploads, and rather than just always trying to find a spicy pick or a meme team or just something that's going to be a bit of fun, I'm going to try putting out good teams that you can use probably yourself going into Season 7, but also in the last couple of days. And also Kanto Cup is coming as well, with the Kanto event, so that should be really fun. I've got a lot of teams prepared for that. So yeah, a lot of good content coming on the horizon, and thank you for all the support you've given me so far. Mr. Pringleman or Mr. P is very happy with all that. But yeah, this is the match I was talking about. So Azumarill overcharging, and the register doesn't shield because he thinks I've either only got Play Rough and Ice Beam. Excuse me. So Sableye comes back in, and this will most likely be a return, or even a foul play, which basically I don't want to either see it because it's going to do a lot of damage. Purified Sableye is a monster. I've got one myself, but it's only 1300 CP or 1350 CP, which isn't great. So I managed to actually get a really good Shadow Sableye, which I need to purify, which will actually be really close to 1500, and that's what I'm going to use without needing XL candy. So this Weather Ball will be enough to take it out. Not take it out. My opponent did a really good switch, well done to them, and I wasted obviously a Weather Ball on the Azumarill, but because I know Azumarill's counts, an Ice Beam will have to take me out, and I knew I'd get to an Energy Ball before him, and he throws his energy now, so which is fine, because now I can just farm down this Azumarill for tons of energy, because Jellicent doesn't have the best matchup against Sableye. Sableye does quite a lot of damage, and here I'm trying to switch out to catch the move on Azumarill, but it's fine. I've got enough health to survive this and also get to the Shadow Ball. This was pretty close. I thought he might get to another foul play, or just, you know, take me out, but thankfully Hex is putting a bit of work there as well. So well played again to my opponent. On to the next game. These nuts, 69. Nice IGN there. And again, Skarmory leads. So I could stay in this matchup, but you take quite a lot of damage from the fast move, so it's always good to swap out because, like I said, you got Ice Beam and Shadow Ball. So I did overcharge there because I didn't think my opponent would switch, and we straight for the Ice Beam because, like I said, most people don't shield this thinking it's the bait, but my opponent was a bit smarter than me. I am going to shield this. Usually I don't, well, I'm not going to shield this actually. And say, usually I don't shield the Jellicent anyway, so because obviously it's this Mechanium can't really threaten me too much with Frenzy Plants. I'll let the first one go through because I can still survive, but the second one will take me out. So I'm going to farm down as much as possible and use this Weather Ball before it gets to a second Frenzy Plant, and this should take it out. And now if the Skarmory comes back in, I'm going to switch out into my Azumarill because I don't want my Abomasnow to be taken out from there. So my opponent actually has a Shiftry, which is like, it's the original Calopeng team, flying double grass, and because I don't have Ice Beam, this match is a bit more sketchy, but Play Rough does quite well. But the problem is one bubble takes a lot of energy to get to. So here my opponent goes to the first Leaf Blade. Thankfully I was ahead on shields, and now my opponent is building up to back-to-back Leaf Blades. So we actually CMP tie here. So I knew if I shield this, my Play Rough would go through, and my opponent is shieldless now, so this is actually going to take out the Shiftry. If this was Ice Beam, I don't think I would have been able to take it out from that range. It would have been really close. But now I need to, it's a race basically to get to the Hydro Pump, and my opponent is obviously head in energy, and if this is a Sky Attack, which is fine, I'm thinking I can get to the Hydro Pump. No, my opponent actually gets to the Charge move, and if this is a Brave Bird, I was like, please hang in there with 1 HP in a Dream, but nope, it gets taken out. So at this rate I was like, shit, I can't take into the fast move. I throw the Weather Ball because I thought maybe I needed 2, but thankfully, maybe because Ivy dependent, I had high attack on mine, I was able to actually KO the Skarmory with 1 Weather Ball from there. So well played to my opponent. On to the next game. Although Ninetales, this is a bit of an iffy matchup because the Weather Balls from the Ninetales is going to hurt quite a bit to the Shadow Abomasnow. But also the energy balls from the energy ball from the Abomasnow doesn't hurt more. So I am going to obviously go for the shield bit because most Alolan Ninetales will shield because, like I said, the energy ball hurts a lot. And now I'm able to almost get to an energy ball. So I will shield this to pressure the second shield. I had a feeling my opponent would use this second shield if I threw an energy ball, and as you can see, I just about made it. And I'm fine with that. Getting a shield advantage on my opponent is always going to be a blessing, and now I'm deciding on who to come in with. I come with Azumarill because the only move that can really throw at me is that's not Psycho Boost, is Psyshock, which isn't going to do too much damage, and he switches out into his Mew. So this is not great because Shadow Claw versus Hex. Shadow Claw, I'm taking obviously super red damage as well, and I do shields because I'm thinking it's going to be a Volt Switch. So not Volt Switch, it's going to be a Wild Charge, but it actually turns out to be a Grass Knot, which is pretty spicy. Yeah, if this Shadow Ball goes through, it's going to take out the Mew, and that's one of the reasons, you know, having the shield advantage is great, because you can actually take out, you know, opposing Pokemon with that. And obviously the Slow Ninetales can't really do much because the Psychic type damage won't really be too effective, and the Weather Balls aren't effective as well. So this Psyshock not doing too much, and this Shadow Ball should do a lot of damage, if not get it close to taking it out, and it actually takes it out from that range. So well played to my opponent. So he does have a Toxic in the back, which at first I was like, shit, can I get to a Hydro Pump? But thankfully I had a bit of energy stored. I think he was trying to go past the Sludge Bomb because he needed to, I believe, if I'm not wrong, but no, I had the energy, so the Hydro Pump actually was enough to take it out. which was all I needed, because that would have been a little bit too dicey. I mean, I still had the Jellicent in the back, which could have handled it as well, so maybe he's trying to overfarm a little bit. So like I said, the idea with this matchup is to build up enough energy and switch out on the weather ball, because that should see and be tied with the opponent's rock slide. So my opponent's staying in, which means he's going to throw an earthquake. So Jellicent is really good at absorbing all your opponent's energy, and it's really good at just kind of doing damage back. So my opponent is gonna shield this Shadow Ball, or it's gonna basically warrant a shield, and he does actually drop the shield in this, which is great because Jellicent's already done his job. He's taken 2 charge moves and he's already taken the shield. But because I'm so close to the Shadow Ball, I'm going to throw it because I want to do as much chip damage as possible on this Galarian Stunfisk, because the next few Pokemon that are going to come in, I mean, Abomasnow hasn't got the best matchup against it, but it does do quite well. And I want it to be low where I can actually farm with my Abomasnow or my Azumarill, and obviously he's thrown energy to take me out with the Rock Slide, so this is a perfect time to bring out my Azumarill, and he's got just enough where I can take him out before he gets to the Earthquake. So my Azumarill is loaded, so this is giving me a really good advantage. 2 Pokemon versus 2, and I see a Politoed, so Politoed is quite threatening, but this Play Rough will do quite a bit. So this is a good thing about having Play Rough, is it does neutral damage to the Politoed, and I'm not too worried because I do have the Abomasnow in the back. So I am going to take this Earthquake because it's not going to be enough to take me out, and the second Play Rough should be enough to get the shield. And yeah, if it gets the shield, I can switch into my Abomasnow now, and because I already had an energy, I can build up, and I had to see a Defense Deoxys. Hate this thing. I wish I had one myself, but sadly Niantic is still screwing with all of us, not bringing it back. But because I was so had energy, I was able to get the first attack through, and the second one went through as well. So now this Defense Deoxys is pretty much KO'd, and he actually goes for the Psycho Boost. So here we actually simultaneously KO. So yeah, the first Weather Ball was to take out the shield, and the second Energy Ball I knew would do the most damage. So the whole idea was to get the most damage effective move through. And because I'm already at a Play Rough, or close, I was already heading energy, and I had a shield. I knew if I threw an Earthquake, I could just shield that, and this next Play Rough will be able to take it out. So well played to my opponent. Good games. So this should be a 5-0 set. So the team performed absolutely amazingly, and got a growl for it. So guys, thank you for watching. I should be posting some more videos tomorrow, and yeah, if you like this team, use it. It's been great. Thank you.